I've always been fascinated with Bauhaus. I'm drawn to its practicality and simplicity. Clean lines, functional geometric shapes, and a lack of ornamentation. It's a form follows function philosophy that still feels relevant today. When I started thinking about my home, I didn't want something decorative. I wanted something intentional, structured, and honest in its materials. Almost everything here, from the floors to the walls and ceilings, is wrapped in microcement, so the house feels like one continuous surface, sparse yet calming. I've been working in the music industry for about 30 years now. Through time, I've met many people in creative fields. So when I decided to design my home, it felt natural to involve friends. In many ways, this home is built on shared creative history. Most of the artworks here are collections from bands I produced over the years. They represent different chapters of my life. Since I grew up in this environment, I wanted to stay close to that familiarity. The sights, sounds, and even the smells are part of my memory. There's also a strong village feel here that's slowly becoming rare in Singapore. Although most of the apartment is renovated, I kept the original terrazzo flooring and wooden windows at the entrance. Preserving those elements was important to me as they anchor the flat in its era. The front door was replaced with a stainless steel frame, and I commissioned this artwork as it displays the word snakeweed, which is the studio I worked at. And it is also the unit number, but with a very stylistic typography. Most of the art displayed throughout the home was created by musicians I've worked with. Against the microcement walls, they feel almost like they're displayed in a gallery, but for me, they carry personal meaning. Originally, the apartment was divided into smaller rooms. We removed most of the internal walls to create a single open space, where the living room, kitchen, and dining area flow into one another. I wanted a continuous movement from the entrance to the back of the home. The original concrete beam and column couldn't be removed because of regulations. Instead of hiding them, we chiseled the structure to achieve a raw concrete finish. That rawness felt essential to Bauhaus. It grounds the space and adds a slight sense of nostalgia. The living room is where I spend most of my time. The feature wall consists of wooden panels covered in microcement, and Dennis suggested incorporating car park barriers. I was hesitant at first, but they resemble acoustic panels and help with sound diffusion. The decision to go big on entertainment was influenced by my interns requesting movie nights and friends wanting wine and vinyl listening sessions. As the home transitions into the bedroom, the atmosphere becomes quieter. The room faces south and receives good natural light, so we chose a darker bluish grey to balance the brightness. The walls and floors are covered in soundproofing felt to soften the space. We also went with a raised platform to reduce vibration. This panoramic window frames the trees outside nicely. The idea came from a home tour I watched on YouTube, where an architect in the Philippines designed a theater-like living space. So I wanted the window to feel like a painting that is constantly changing every day. In front of the bed is a hidden music studio that came about after the room was completed. Initially, I imagined it as a hidden guest room. Eventually, I placed a Bauhaus desk in the center and brought home my speakers from my studio. I was against bringing work back home at first, but the privacy allows me to focus better when I'm alone. The kitchen used to be one of the bedrooms. We wanted to keep it seamless and minimal, so most of the appliances are concealed behind these stainless steel cabinets. I decided to keep it compact because this area is surrounded by good food, so naturally I don't have to cook very often. The original kitchen area is now the dining space, centered around a custom blue marble table that could seat up to 6 comfortably. The bathroom was the first space to be designed, and it remains my favorite. I insisted on having a deep saturated red toilet bowl. It took a few months before we found it. The sink and tap are blue. That was probably my Bauhaus high moment. Each space has its own color identity, but the tones are rich rather than loud. It's only been 5 months, but I feel that this home represents who I am quite accurately. It feels generous within a compact footprint. I like to think the house works very hard for itself. It's the energy within the space that draws me back home every day.